Governor's December 1st ultimatum for minimum wage payment. The Nigeria Labour Congress has given state government an ultimatum of December 1st, 2024 to implement the new minimum wage. It also accused fuel marketers of inflating petrol prices, claiming the pump price is significantly higher than the actual market value. The NLC contended that Nigerians were being exploited, with citizens enduring heightened suffering and hunger due to government policies which keep pushing many into destitution. In a communique released on Sunday following its National Executive Council meeting, the NLC highlighted the severe economic hardship across the country and called for an urgent review of policies it described as anti-people. The NLC further directed state councils, where the new minimum wage is yet to be implemented, to commence an indefinite strike starting December 1st, 2024, in protest against the unaddressed labor issues. In July 2024, President Bola Tinubu approved an increase in the minimum wage for Nigerian workers from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira. However, the implementation across states has been gradual, with some still yet to adopt the new minimum wage. While a number of states have pledged to meet the 70,000 naira minimum wage, others have gone further, committing to pay amounts higher than the federal government. As of first week of November 2024, more than 20 states have announced the implementation of the new minimum wage. The NEC therefore resolved to set up a National Minimum Wage Implementation Committee that will, among others, commence a nationwide assessment, mobilization, and sensitization campaign.
Okay, so more or less, so if you promised that you were going to pay, why wouldn't you pay? So, I mean, a few of the governors have come out to say, you know, some went as far as saying 85,000 naira as minimum wage for their workers. And so if you, I mean, you'd have looked at your coffers
before making your pronouncement.
So if you knew that you were not able to pay, why make a pronouncement? It's not a competition. Abi, is it competition?
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. It is what you can pay that you
Shoe get size. So,
so
buy your size and it will fit in.
All right. So, I mean, now Labour is saying that December 1 for states that are yet to pay or that haven't paid. So, I think the federal government has also paid just 1 month of the...
Then have I even seen any states that is paying the new minimum wage yet?
The one that the federal government paid. Oh, okay.
70,
well, that's federal government. So states, yeah, Labour now. Lagos.
Well, I have not. End of this month. That is when Lagos will start paying.
So wait till November.
And fortunately, fortunately rather, because the Lagos state government is very magnanimous, it will come with some arrears, 3 months.
At a goal. At a goal.
Is he paying one time or it will be installment?
Do you want it once or it should be staggered?
Do you all say, do we want it? Because we know that...
You know, Christmas is coming.
No, you know, no. Christmas one is different. You know that normally in December you get your 13th month.
You shall collect arrears.
Okay. They'll collect arrears.
We will collect arrears.
We will collect arrears. Okay. It's okay. All right, Theo. No, today is 11th already.
Yes.
So less than how many days to go?
You know what? Solomon came into Battery's office this morning and he was already flaunting it.
Don't mind him. Oracle
yes.
stuff. Let's wait now. All right, but let's see how this will pan out at the end of the day. The second story today, state debts hit 11.4 trillion naira as federal allocations rise. I wonder why there are still debts if allocations are rising. Anyway, the total debt of Nigerian state has risen to 11.47 trillion naira as of June 30, 2024, despite higher allocations from the Federation Account Allocation Committee. This is according to analysis of data from the public debt report released by the Debt Management Office. The figure for the second quarter of 2024 represents a 14.5% increase from the 10.01 trillion naira recorded in December 2023. It was, however, observed that the increase was driven primarily by a sharp rise in external debt, worsened by the devaluation of the naira. External debt for the state and the Federal Capital Territory climbed from $4.61 billion to $4.89 billion, reflecting a 6.1% increase. However, in naira terms, this figure surged by a staggering 73.46% from 4.1 trillion naira to 7.2 trillion naira, following the devaluation of the naira from 899 naira 39 kobo to a dollar in December 2023 to 1,470 naira to a dollar by June 2024. In total, state and the FCT accounted for 8.5% of Nigeria's public debt of 134.3 trillion naira in June 2024, down from their 10.29% share in December 2023, even as their normal debt levels increased. This is quite worrisome because you're sharing more, that is, you're collecting more allocation from the Federation account, yet you're borrowing more. And more of the borrowings are from external influences, that is, you're borrowing from outside Nigeria, meaning that you're borrowing in dollars, you'll be paying back in dollars. The devaluation of the naira is greatly affecting this because you'll be paying back almost twice what you borrowed, because again, you're borrowing not in your own currency, you're borrowing in the currency of the country you've borrowed from, or the global denomination, which is the dollar, and you'll be paying back in that amount. And imagine if you took a loan when the dollar was 800 naira, and you're paying back when the dollar is now 1,700. What are we talking about?
Well, why it is not a crime to borrow, if at all you want to borrow or take loans, then we must see what you have done or what you are doing with those loans that you have taken. And then why would any state government take more loans now that they are earning more? We have seen that over time, some governors will just take loan for frivolities, and at the end of the day, they will use the loan on recurrent expenditure instead of capital projects. So why are you putting your states in debt?
It's because nobody is holding the governors accountable.
Before they take foreign loans, at least they get approval from the federal government.
That I know. The loan, then we don't see what you collect the money for.
Yeah, oftentimes I think the approval is more from their state assemblies. Even if they'll get an approval from the federal government, is not a prerequisite, depending on the kind of loan they're taking anyway. So I really don't know how this...
You see, these governors, I don't even understand. I don't understand. And you know, time in, time out, we have called on Nigerians to start asking their governors questions. All the time, we always blame Mr. President, forgetting that these governors too, they are making some money internally, and of course the federal allocation that they are getting from the federal government. But what do they do with these monies is what we don't know.
Okay, also it means that we need to again continue to engage our governors in meaningful conversations. They need to start telling us more about what exactly they are doing. All right, Joy.
Lagos unveils interstate park system, HAPS on traveler safety. The Lagos State government has unveiled the Interstate Park Accreditation and Passenger Manifest digitization project aimed at revolutionizing interstate travel through improved safety, reliability, and efficiency. The State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Osiemi, stressed the importance of the project, stating that it was a commitment to the safety and comfort of every traveler who enters or exits Lagos by road. He highlighted the project's core objectives as the standardization of interstate parks across the state and the transformation of the passenger manifest system into a fully digital platform. He added that the initiative consisted of two primary components, which he mentioned as interstate park accreditation and digital passenger manifest system. According to him, the Interstate Park Accreditation will require all interstate parks in Lagos to undergo an accreditation process where parks that meet the ministry's safety and service standards will be officially certified. These accredited parks will display distinctive signage, reassuring travelers that they are boarding from a secure and regulated facility. Unregulated roadside mushroom parks will be required to meet specific standards or make necessary improvements to operate. The commissioner said that the digital passenger manifest system was moving from a paper-based manifest system to a digital platform which will enable the real-time capture and secure storage of passenger data. Well, this is good. A lot of transformation coming into the transport sector.
Yes, quite laudable. You know, we love to start projects. Implementation, follow-up
another
is
thing.
usually the problem. And remember that this is not the first time we would have manifest. But now that this will be digital, I do hope that we'll be able to keep up with, you know, this that is being started. And it needs a whole lot of buying and collaboration from the handlers of the parks, the NURTW and others. And so, you know, sometimes government has very laudable ideas and initiatives, but the guys that will drive it, you'd also need to train them, retrain them so that they also won't give up and won't relent, because the positives of this project will definitely outweigh the negatives. And we know that once technology is involved, a whole lot of people would want to sit up because they know that there won't be any hiding place for them anymore. But then there also needs to be proper sensitization on the part of the public or the motoring public that would also use some of these parks. Because if you do not know, some may want to also say, we're not putting our details in those places. What do you want to use with those details? And so the people also must know that this is an initiative that is government driven.
Yeah, I remember while I was, because I schooled in Enugu, I remember in the park they have this paper to say, right, in case of accident. Some people will not write and say,
people even lie.
Nothing will happen to me.
People even lie. They will not write their
real name and phone number.
And phone numbers. And if something happens, how do you get their family members? And so I really do not know why people lie about information. People do that a lot. You lie about your name, you do not put your correct phone numbers, and when the need warrants it, there's a problem.
It will also be good for security of passengers and, of course, their data, so that in case there's any problem or accident, one will be able to contact their next of kin.
And yet, some people will still go and take Soleo in all of this.
I just hope that this will get the buy-ins of the members of the NURTW.
Not only NU, even those who do the interstate from Lagos to the east.
They are members of the union.
They are members of,
then who are those that will be operating the digital platforms?
I'm sure the ministry would come up with all of that, since it is their baby. They would see how that will work. We do hope that we can also get here officials of the Ministry of Transportation. We've been trying really to get the commissioner here, and perhaps this would be another avenue to get them to come and speak more on this particular initiative. All right, let's quickly go onto the X platform and take a look at one of the many trending stories this morning. Our friend